guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am Rob, the movie master, and today we're going to talk about a horror film that I think is 100% criminally underrated. I really enjoy this movie, and it is called Unfriended. This is a 2014 American, get this, computer screen supernatural horror film. Literally computer screen, because it was shot on, I believe, MacBook and screencast. So that's the whole movie on a computer screen. Some could say that it's kind of like found footage style, because you're not really seeing the characters from behind the camera. They're not like in front of the camera. They're basically on a screen, but at the same time, you see the computer screen as if you were sitting there doing it yourself. And like they're typing and all that kind of stuff. So it's like you are in there with them. That's how it feels when you watch this movie, which I could really appreciate. It's so cool how inventive and creative they can be with movies like this. And, you know, when it comes to like found footage, I mean, Cloverfield's great. As Above, So Below is fantastic. Blair Witch Project is probably my favorite one. So definitely some creative movies out there that deal with this kind of cinematography, if you will. This movie had like a $1 million budget. That's it. Solid $1 million budget, and it made $62 million. So it made some money. And, you know, honestly, when I saw the trailer to this movie, I'm like, I don't know. It just looks cheesy. It kind of looks dumb in a way. But I ate my words. I watched this movie and I was really into it. I was so into it. So basically, you have these high school students who are in this chat conversation on the computer. It's basically a Skype call. And they're haunted by a student who committed suicide and who was bullied. That's basically the message in this movie is someone who is bullied and commits suicide. You basically learn about, you know, the people who created this problem with this student. And then, you know, what was the relationship with them and this student? What was the reason why she was bullied? You get to find all that out in this movie. Really, I didn't think this movie would have any backstory to it, but it really does. And it progresses each time. But this girl named Laura Barnes was basically bullied, and then she committed suicide. And then now the Skype call is being haunted by her. Like, you'll see all the screens open with all these kids, right, in the Skype call. But then there's this one screen that's just plain. There's no profile picture or anything like that. And, you know, they go by the name Billy, but it's really Laura Barnes. And you're thinking to yourself, like, well, wait a minute. How can it be Laura Barnes? She's dead. Like, how can a spirit haunt a Skype chat? You just never really hear about that stuff. You hear EVPs, but this is something totally different. And in the movie, you see the main girl looking up on Google and stuff like, can ghosts haunt computers? Like, can they haunt, like Skype calls and things like that? So it's really interesting how she tried to do research on this, because no matter what they did in this movie, they could not get rid of this this haunting, this extra person that's in the chat. Whatever they would do, that thing would always be there. This extra window would pop up. So it's really cool how they tried to download this like antivirus thing to get rid of it and delete the files, and then they even shut off the chat and the computer and restarted it. They all logged off and then logged back in just to see if they could fix the problem. Typical stuff that you would do on the computer to solve problems. And like troubleshooting. I thought that was really, really neat how they did that. Very realistic in that sense. But so all these kids are talking amongst each other, and they're trying to figure out who this person is in the chat. And then once this person is revealed to be Laura Barnes, they start to not really believe it, and one by one, these kids start dying off in different ways. Now, what I like about this movie too is the death scenes are, I want to say they are very fast paced and on and off. Now, they're not off-screen deaths. Okay, off-screen deaths are basically like, in the Green Inferno, when you see the girl running away and she hides in the canoe, and then you find out she actually died when the cannibal tribe is eating her body. You find out she didn't make it. That is an off-screen death because you don't really know what happened. In this movie, when someone is dying or being killed, you see it and then it goes away. And then you see it again a little bit longer, then it goes away. Then you see it again. It's like flashing. I like that. I thought that was very unique, and it makes it more realistic, the fact that it's on a computer because of the buffering. When the video doesn't really have good quality, kind of signal kind of goes in and out. It does that. It does that every time somebody is dying. So, and they get killed different ways, like a hot curling iron down the throat, and like this kid puts his hand in a mixer and like mixes up his hand and stuff like that. It reminds me of Chunk from the Goonies. But they die different ways, and it's Laura Barnes who is doing this. But at the same time, these kids don't really know what's going on. They don't really believe it until all this stuff starts happening. Then they start to say, wait a minute, like something's going on here. Something's wrong. And they start to play a game, and there's like a countdown and stuff like that, so they have to like answer these questions. That is when you find out about these characters. That is when you find out about this Laura Barnes. Why was she bullied? Who was a part of making videos about her, and why did she commit suicide? Like who were her friends? Who were her enemies? You find that out. You find out about all the other characters in the chat. Did this person have sex with this person? Did this person betray this person? Was this person talking smack behind their back? All these characters get some sort of backstory. Even if it's just a little bit, you still get something. And I was not expecting that. I was expecting these characters to just be there to die. And that's really not it. The movie kind of gets intense because once the countdown starts, after they're playing this game, they got to answer these questions. If they don't answer the question, then they die. So there's like this countdown, which I thought was really interesting because it really makes you more interested. Like, oh my God, like what's going to happen? What's going to happen to this person? Really cool. Like, I honestly really like this movie. I think it's creative. It's different. I think all the characters did a good job, or all the actors and actresses did a good job in this movie to make it seem like they were scared and like they were, yelling at each other. It just seemed like they were actual friends, like actual kids who went to school together. That's how I perceived them when I was watching this movie. So they did a good job. They did a good job with that. But it's a very simple plot. Like I said, it's just this figure shows up on the Skype call, and they're trying to get rid of it, and it turns out to be the Laura Barnes who died and committed suicide, even though they're trying to think, they're thinking it's somebody else. But when they start dying, something's going on. Something is wrong, and that's it. It's very simple. It's not convoluted. It's straight to the point. That's what I love about it. Now, I love the ending to this movie, too, because you get a glimpse of Laura Barnes. You see her in some of the YouTube videos, being bullied. And, she, wasn't ugly or anything. She was, this really pretty girl. But something happens at this party where they film it, and it basically, that's what drove her to suicide. So, at the end of the movie, you get to see, Laura, and, there's this one quote that she says on the computer. She says, you don't want to be here. It's dark or something like that. She's in a dark place, and she says you don't want to be here. I'm even look at, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. It's almost like she's trapped in this purgatory or something like that, and she has to get like revenge in order for her to rest or something. Like, it's so cool. Like, I always wish they would do a follow up to this or something. Yeah, I don't really recognize any of the actors and actresses that are in this, but they all did a fantastic job, in my opinion. So, Unfriended, I know a lot of people don't care for it. I don't care for Dark Web, which is the other movie, but this one I will defend. I think this movie's great, and yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought of Unfriended. I'm really interested to hear your thoughts about it, but these are my thoughts. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. And like I said, I didn't want to give too much away, just what I liked and what I didn't like. You know, the thing is, there's really not much I didn't like. In fact, I don't really know. I thought the movie was really short. It could have been longer. I would have liked maybe a little bit more backstory for some of the characters, but I can see why they didn't do that, because it's all done on a Skype call. To do more backstory, they would have to actually film things. So I guess it wouldn't make sense to do that unless it was like they were on their phones or something, like, and they were talking back and forth. I don't know. It's all done through videos and all through Skype calls. So I can see why they only had a limited kind of like an idea to have some kind of backstory for each character. So all in all, guys, it's very entertaining. It's very interesting. And I liked it a lot. So thank you for watching this. I am Rob, the Movie Master, and I'm signing off. I'll see you guys in the next video. Not really sure what my next review will be, but I got a lot more videos coming up your way. Stay tuned.